Hi, welcome to the Oak Trader Report on October the 27th. Just covering some stocks in the transportation ship sector over in America. The first stock up, ticker symbol NEWL. It's a nice daily chart here. It seems to be curving around, but at the moment I would say that it's still roughly in a downtrend if you look where my mouse is. Once it breaks that line where my mouse is from these two spikes, then I would feel confident that it truly had changed course, but at the moment it's going onto the watch list. And I'll just show you the weekly 5-year. You can see from these low areas the market has had tremendous spikes up and come back down again. Very violent spikes, doesn't last, and the uptrends are destroyed and they come back down. But on a percentage level, this stock has gone up from $3 or $4 up to 80, then a couple of dollars up to 40. What's next? I would suspect at some point this stock may have a rally to 15 or 20 and spike up again if it sticks to its previous actions. But as far as the accumulation length goes, this really isn't that long, and that's why I'm a little bit cautious here, and I'd just like it to break some downtrends. But when it does break those downtrends, it may go too high too soon, but sometimes that's the risk you have to take while being patient, because it keeps you safe. Okay, ticker symbol SHIP, that's a good one, ticker symbol SHIP. Weekly 5-year looking really nice here, broken down trends. You can see the trends where my mouse is broken, nice flat line action. The parameters on the chart are okay, $5 parameters. Once I'd say it breaks this consolidation area here, that will be a good cue to buy. Until then, you can be patient and just watch the market and see what happens. And this is it on the monthly. The stock doesn't have that long a history. You can see it's quite a new issue. The people that bought it suffered tremendously during the downturn. And I would say here, where the volumes died down, accumulation has begun, and this stock should start another cycle at some point in the next year or two, and it should be good to go to at least 10 or 15 or 20 from here, because it's building up a lot of power at these low levels where my mouse is. Diana Container Ships, ticker symbol DCIX, broke out of its consolidation area on the downside here. This consolidation area wasn't that tight, but it is just a dollar parameter. But it wasn't that long either. It's quite a new issue, so it's been mucking around here at these low levels. And I think here, if you just draw a line, you can see that this monthly bar here has broken out of that downtrend. So it's going onto the watch list, and it's one to watch for the future. And I believe that this could form some sort of head and shoulders here, with the market moving up to around 6 or 7 and then consolidating again in that area. Ticker symbol FRO. Not a tremendous amount of accumulation here. You can see the downtrends being broken and the action going sideways. If that was 2 years worth of action looking like where my mouse is, that would be really exciting and worth taking a look at. But at the moment it's on the watch list, and it's one to keep an eye on to see how this base develops, and it might move up to around the $5 level and base from here, but it does look like to be curving, and it does seem to have found support at these particular levels. But you can't really tell until it starts breaking. You see where my mouse is, say that particular downtrend, the technical strength really is undecided, and when that does break that downtrend level, that will give me a lot more confidence that an uptrend is about to begin. Ticker symbol GNK, Genco, famous from the Godfather films, Genco olive oil. I'm sure it wasn't based on their company. If you look at this downtrend here, broken, quite wild swings here, not signifying any sort of base action, and it's dipped down below for another base cycle, and it seems to have developed support here. Big upward bar in volume here without too much significant movement on the upside. But again, we haven't seen a tremendous amount of, if you see where my mouse is here, what I'd term good accumulation action where my mouse is here. We could do with seeing about another year's worth of accumulation action to get really excited about this one. And when it does eventually pop, if you look where my mouse is, probably the $10 level would signify that this would be in a true uptrend. So that's really the time to look out for. Once it breaks the $5 level, I'll be buying in, and then when it breaks the 10, I'll buy some more as well. Ticker symbol TNK. Again, big downtrends being broken, quite a new issue. Brought it out right at the height of the commodity bubble. Typical timing, good volatility here. The public were enticed into buying this, and it's distributed all the way down, and it seems to have found support at around these extremely low levels here, and it seems to be going sideways nicely. Again, not a tremendous amount of action. Put it on the watch list. Once it breaks, you see where my mouse is here, this line, that will be the cue to buy some, and then again when it breaks the $4.50, $5 level as well. But it looks to be shaping up curve-wise quite nicely, and it's one to watch for the future. Ticker symbol TOPS, TOPS. This is looking very good. The accumulation action here, you've got a couple of months, a year's worth here, a good sort of 9 months, 10 months here, so it's shaping up nicely, and you can see here the flatness of the market, and look at the volume here where my mouse is compared to the volume say back here between 2009 and 10 with these spikes. So the market appears to have become very boring. Some nice double bottoms there, and this looks like it's shaping up for a big move upwards. It's in a slight downtrend at the moment, and if you draw a line here, when it breaks that downtrend line, that will be a good signal to go long this stock. It broke out of the consolidation area showing good strength, and when a stock is preparing for a big move, it's not unusual for it to have a shakeout just to convince everyone that it's a complete dog. And when that happens, that's when we usually see the large spurts up, and we could see this stock easily hitting the $6 to $8 level over the next year to a year and a half. Ticker symbol EGLE. Again, nice downtrends being broken. Here's a nice gradual one where my mouse is, very gradual downtrend being broken. And then where my mouse is here, this is a second step up like stairs. The first step, the second step, and it seems to have developed a nice continuation pattern here. A bit of a head and shoulders appearing as well, and this looks to be quite a good stock. Again, not a tremendous amount of accumulation action here at the low level, but sometimes it doesn't need a huge amount. It just depends on how the public psyche is set up. Sometimes it takes years to get hold of the stock that you want, and other times you can get hold of the stock you want in a year. I mean, that's just the game that we have to play, and that's one of the weaknesses of this system, is that it's very hard to tell precisely when a market is about to move, and that's why trend lines are very important, and they give us the only clue that we have at these levels in terms of a market turning. So this does look pretty good here, and it's definitely one to watch for the future. Ticker symbol NMM. 5-year weekly chart. You can see downtrend being broken, downtrend here being broken, sorry, the uptrend being broken here, the downtrend being broken, and it's gone sideways. And the volatility here where my mouse is quite large, and then the range is getting tighter and tighter. I do like to see this. If you draw a line where my mouse is here, and then one up here following the little mini uptrend, and then you draw a flat top line here, usually when you see that, it does have a nice break upwards, but again, it's not completely infallible. But if you put a buy order in, which I'm doing, just above where these spikes are here, an automatic buy order, sometimes it does go above it and trick people and then come back down again, but that's the risk you have to take in trading, and that's why you only trade with small amounts of money. Don't go too highly leveraged. Don't trade with CFDs if you can help it. And this looks to be a good market for a spike upwards, perhaps hitting somewhere around the $19 or $20 level in the next few months. Ticker symbol SBLK. Not enough base action here really. It's just a mini little curve. But again, as I said before, sometimes big moves develop out of small base actions. It has broken some downtrends, and it is looking quite good for the future. But again, I'm just putting this on the watch list here. Once it comes out of this and develops some more action, I'll be able to make more of an authoritative, have more of an authoritative opinion on this particular stock, but it's definitely going onto the watch list. Ticker symbol PRGN. Again, nice curve action, not really long enough spent in the base area. You're looking at about a year here. Could do with a couple of years, 18 months at least. So again, this one's going on the watch list. It looks to be shaping up nicely, but until the price action of the market makes my mind up, I'll just be watching this stock. Ticker symbol ESEA. Again, nice downtrend being broken. Good base action, very tight weekly chart, 50-cent parameters, and it looks to be here developing into another consolidation area. Again, this one's going on the watch list due to lack of time spent in the accumulation area. We don't want to be tricked into buying something that's going to continue down or going into bankruptcy. We want to see solid level support, a good foundation being built. The bigger the foundation, usually the bigger the rise. Ticker symbol DHT. Beautiful base action here after the downtrend being broken. About a year's worth, just under a year. Again, I'd like to see a little bit more, but this is extremely tight action here. So we're just waiting for some trends to be broke. If it breaks out of the sideways consolidation trend, I will buy some more of this stock. And again, if it breaks out of the range of say $8 to $9 here, I'll be looking to buy a little bit more as well. But again, it's just a waiting game, being patient for this to turn around properly, and it's going onto the watch list. Ticker symbol DHT. Ticker symbol CPLP. Great looking monthly chart here, big downtrend broken. The trend has turned sideways. Good support being shown at around the $6 level. One support pivotal point here, one support here, one support here, and another support level here. Someone's obviously buying into the market for whatever reason. The parameters on the monthly chart are quite tight at $2. So if you looked at this on a $5 or $10 parameter, this would look extremely tight action. You would I would say you have around, out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, nearly 5 years of flatline action, you've probably got about 3 years worth of professional buying here on these dips, where you can accumulate quite a lot of stock when the market's selling out like that. So it looks like it's edging higher. 8 is the pivotal point for it to come down for another $6 touch, and I think if it breaks the $10 level here, I will buy some more. I have bought a little bit of this stock already, simply because it's following an uptrend. If you draw a line here, I've bought some of this, and I'll just wait for it to break this particular long trend here, which would be around the $10 level, $10.50, and that will signal for me to go a little bit more into this stock. Ticker symbol DRYS. Again, good looking base action here on a $10 parameter chart, and you can see the market coming down here, very, very gradual downtrend, and it looks to have broken about there, and some nice sideways action here. So once it breaks, say, this consolidation area here and breaks out of this sideways pattern, I will be going long quite heavy this stock. This looks to be shaping up extremely nicely. Low volume action here, boring stock, not many people interested in it, and it's just going sideways, just the type of characteristics that I'm looking for. Ticker symbol DAC. Again, another great looking monthly chart here. 1, 2, 3, 4, almost 5 years worth of base action. Probably a good 3.5 years made up of accumulation of this stock. The volume becomes less and less as the base action continues, and I would say that this stock is shaping up for a very large rise. And you've got a nice head and shoulders here inside the accumulation pattern, here with the shoulder, here with the head, and here with the shoulder where my mouse is. And once it breaks out of this long consolidation area here, I'll be buying some more. And once it breaks out of this big consolidation area at around the $8 level, I'll be buying some more as well. ticker symbol GLBS. Big downtrend here, new issue, came out. I'm sure the public were involved quite heavily in this stock at some point. The market's come right down and it looks to be curving around here quite nicely, but again, not long enough spent here really, but because it's a new issue it can be forgiven, because generally when a new issue comes out and it comes down like this and curves around, just like we saw with Facebook recently in the last year, we usually see quite a big rise. So we could easily see this move up to $5, $6, $7 in the next 6 months. Baltic Trading Limited, BALT, again just with the curve here and coming around, and it's looking quite good as it's broken out of this longer term consolidation area, but again not really that long spent in the base area, so not that great a foundation being built, but again it's a new issue and it can be forgiven. But you know, with a trade like this I would say there's a 30% chance it could come back to 40 and a 70% chance we could see this begin quite a big uptrend up to 7 or 8. Kirby Corp, I just wanted to put this up here just to show you what a great base action looks like, say from 1989. You see the market moving up, consolidating into a new area, multi-year base, and it's building up strength during that, and a huge rise that comes out of that. This was an exceptionally long base. You see bases sometimes that vary between say 8 months minimum to 10, 13, maybe even 15 years, but on average good bases develop over 2 years, and this one just developed a lot of power here. A lot of people were supporting the market and it developed into a very nice uptrend. And where the market is here, I would be selling out once it breaks. If you see where my mouse is, once it breaks this upper level trend line here, if it is to distribute, we should see lots of volatility here, and once it breaks that trend line, that will be the cue for the stock to come right down, perhaps to its revert to its long-term trend line, which would be at around the $45 level. Ticker symbol SB, Safe Bulkers. Good looking base action here over 4 or 5 years. Big downtrend, massive panicky selling going on, big support coming to the market at the $3 level. Then 3 years later the market comes back down to the $3 level again. Huge double bottom, good support shown. It has broken this gradual downtrend, even though it wasn't that gradual. It's broken at about here, and it looks to be stepping up now, perhaps into a new shoulder or perhaps into an uptrend. But again, I would put this at 65-70% chance it's going much higher to $9, $10, $11, and a 30% chance it will come back down to 5 or 6 and reaccumulate at these lower levels. Aegean Marine Petroleum Network, anything associated with Greece has just been beaten up. Again, big downtrends here. If you look at the top of this spike and draw a line all the way down, you'll see that this upward movement here has broken that downtrend. But if you look here, you've got that curve action as well that we've been talking about over the months, and you can see it curving around nicely. Even from this longer spike down here, it curves. But again, not a tremendous amount of time spent in the lower base area, but I would say, you know, there's a 75-80% chance that we could see this up around the $15 level in the next couple of years. And if it does come back down to reaccumulate, I'm sure the time spent here will only benefit the uptrend in the future and make it more powerful. Ticker symbol ULTR. Again, nice downtrend here being broken, signifying that the technical position, the strength of the market has changed. And you can see here this consolidation area, if you draw a line along here, that's been broken by these couple of months bars here. So it's showing good strength. The uptrend has begun. Setback to subject to a couple of setbacks and consolidations. This market looks pretty good, and it looks to be a bit of a head and shoulders here, and it looks to have broken out of that. But again, sometimes there can be false signals. The people that sponsor these types of stocks or hold on to stocks for an excessive amount of time have got extreme amounts of patience, and they'll push it up when they're good and ready. But it looks like to have had some nice accumulation action at these lower areas. Okay, I'll be updating some information on the Dow and some Forex trades a bit later on in the next few hours. Have yourself a good day, and over and out for now. Take care. Bye for now.